This is the Phillies Postcast, your instant game reaction for the Philadelphia Phillies. Part of the Locked On Podcast Network. Your team every day.
Boy, oh boy. What's going on, everybody? Welcome into Locked On Phillies Postcast. My name is Mark Farzetta. Make sure you're hitting like and subscribe at all things Locked On Phillies YouTube channel. Connor Thomas has you covered each and every day with your Locked On Phillies daily podcast. I did not expect to be this happy, this excited, and in all honesty, yes, this impressed after a Philadelphia Phillies win over the Colorado Rockies. And yes, it had everything to do with 7 runs being plated combined in the 8th and 9th innings for the Phillies to be able to go on to just hammer the Rockies 9-3 and propel themselves into first place with the Mets taking it on the chin tonight. So the Phillies now a half game up on the New York Metropolitans for first place in the National League East. Bing, bang, boom, just like that, you're a first place team. Now, was it easy? No, it wasn't easy. It was 9. I said the other day there was a 5-2 Phillies win in that series. They were against the Pirates, right? They swept them. Game 2 of that series, it was a 5-2 Phillies win, and I said, it felt like it was a lot more comfortable than that. Tanner Banks, I know, gave up the home run in the 9th inning of that game, and I still say I know it was 5-0, but it felt like 10-0. This game felt like it was 10-0 Rockies. Now, I think anyone who was watching this game that has even watched maybe 2 baseball games in their lifetime had to have had a feeling of the Phillies, they're going to come back, right? 2-run game, 1-run game. Phillies got this. I just felt like it was a matter of time. The Rockies are a terrible baseball team. How bad are they? Well, they've already fired their manager, and they have 8 wins on the season. For reference, the Phillies just improved to 29-18 on the season, and the Colorado Rockies are 8-39 now on the season. So I knew it was only going to be a matter of time before the Rockies just started gifting you outs. And sure enough, that's exactly what they did. But the power display that came, especially in that 8th and 9th innings, was spectacular. Kyle Schwarber, 300 career home run. Blasted 466 feet. That man is not a human being, people. And yeah, I know it's the mile-high air, but whatever. 466 feet is pretty impressive. And then the bullpen tonight was special. 1 hit. Sure, yes, against the Rockies. But 1 hit over 3 innings, no runs, no walks. Yeah, I'll take that as well, especially now that the bullpen is going to be so drastically under the microscope in the aftermath of the Jose Alvarado. Should I even say aftermath? Well, aftermath of the announcement that Jose Alvarado was suspended for 80 games thanks to PEDs, trying to drop some LBs with PEDs. It didn't work out for him, unfortunately, but hopefully it still works out for the Phillies and this bullpen. So, yes, color me impressed. After a 9-3 win, sure, under the against the hapless Colorado Rockies, don't care. Phillies did exactly what they were supposed to do by the time it was said and done, so I am thrilled with this victory. Let's get into it. 3 big things right out of the gate. Let's just get to it. Number 1, I don't like scoreboard watching before Memorial Day. It's almost Memorial Day. Scoreboard watching, Phillies are in first place. That's all that matters. Number 2, better late than never. Alec Bohm, I mentioned his numbers last night. He has been fantastic over the last month. He's been great over the last 2 weeks, been solid over the last week of baseball. He's hit 3 home runs over the last 30 days now, less than that. His only 3 home runs of the season, and he had not hit a bigger home run to this point than the one he hit tonight. Alec Bohm with the Bohm shakalaka in the 8th inning to put the Phillies in front 4-3, and they never looked back after that. The way that whole inning ended up playing out for the Phillies was amazing. First off, Nick Castellanos leads off with a single to center field, shattered his bat on it. JT Realmuto is at the plate. Castellanos takes second on a wild pitch. Realmuto, I'm screaming at the TV. Screaming at the TV. Alec Bohm steps up there. I'm sorry, it was a 2-run home run, not a 3-run home run. I think I have that wrong on my notes. I do. Alec Bohm goes up there, gets the 2-run home run after JT Realmuto went down swinging. He was up in the count 3-0. He goes and makes it a 3-2 count. and he swings at ball 4 twice. 2 separate ball 4s he offers at twice. The last one he couldn't hold up on the check swing, and that was that. Alec Bohm then steps up to the plate, hit the home run to center field. He's up in the count, 2-1, gets a slider out over the middle of the plate, 422 feet to dead center field. Doyle did not look like he timed it properly on his leap and missed it, just flat out missed it. But bottom line, Alec Bohm goes up there and gets the 2-run home run to put the Phillies in front 4-3 over the Colorado Rockies. And like I said, it was all Phillies after that. But really, you can't say enough good things about Alec Bohm and how he's been able to really turn it on as of late for your Philadelphia Phillies, and really no exception for tonight. And there's a couple of pitches that I thought Alec Bohm just missed earlier in the game. I know in his first at bat, there was a hanging curveball that I'm sure he wishes he offered that, because I think he would have belted that one. He ended up flying out in that, or excuse me, ended up striking out in that at bat, but got a sweeper that was absolutely crushable in his first at bat of the game. This time he got another breaking ball, did not miss it. Now, to add on to that, Phillies went on to have runners on first and second with 2 outs. Trea Turner stepped up to the plate. He put one into the right center field, where Doyle then, for whatever reason, went into a dive, face first dive, and missed it. And 2 runs ended up scoring on it. So now all of a sudden it's a 6-3 Phillies lead, and you're feeling pretty darn good about it for your Philadelphia Phillies. So love to see that for the Phillies. Love to see that for Alec Bohm for getting that inning going. Number 1, first place. Number 2, Alec Bohm. Number 3, I got to go with 3 and 3A here. First, a man made history today for himself. Kyle Schwarber stepped up in that 9th inning and demolished a 3-2 sinker that on contact, he obviously knew it was gone. Tom McCarthy knew it was obviously gone, by the way his voice elevated. And the many Phillies fans that were in attendance at Coors Field tonight knew on contact. Off the facing of the upper deck, I believe it was, 466 feet, a sinker down and in that he did not miss. He absolutely Schwarberianed the heck out of a Schwarbomb for his 300th career home run. I think the point was made many times on the broadcast, and it's worth reiterating. That's exactly what should have happened for the 300th career home run of Kyle Schwarber. Absolutely incredible. I would have loved to have seen him cross home plate, and there was Dave Dombrowski and John Middleton with a contract extension waiting for him. Just be like, okay, just sign here, and let's just get this over with. That would have been pure drama, people. So Kyle Schwarber, I'll go 3, and then 3A for 3 big things. If you're ever wondering, if you don't see Edmundo Sosa, if he's not in your line of sight, just know that he is somewhere hitting baseballs, because that is all this guy does. Edmundo Sosa gets the start against the lefty tonight at second base for your Fightin' Phils. He only goes 4 for 5, including a home run for himself tonight. His first of the season. I am here for that as well. How about Edmundo Sosa? You can talk all about the guys in the lineup tonight and how fantastic each and every one of them were, because, well, they were fantastic. Looking up and down the lineup card tonight, it was just a thing of beauty. Trea Turner, 3 hits. Bryce Harper comes up with 2 RBIs, also comes up with 2 hits. He was really the only offense the Phillies had up until the 8th and 9th innings, so that's a pretty spectacular thing to have for him. Then you also have the Phillies go out there and just continue to hit. Nick Castellanos gets 2 hits. Alec Bohm, he was a GOAT for a while in the bad sense, not the good sense, the bad sense. Jackass might be another one. Him and Edmundo Sosa, actually, defensively speaking, for the runs they allowed in the, I'll go back to it later, but there's a little muffle there. Bohm came up with 2 hits tonight. Sosa with the 4-hit night. Brandon Marsh pinch hit for Johan Rojas late in the game. He gets a multi-hit game just like that. Really, this entire team just brought it. Bullpen, I mentioned, definitely deserve an honorable mention for them. Joe Ross actually ends up picking up the win. Carlos Hernandez went in there, 13 pitches to get out of that eighth inning. And then Tanner Banks in the ninth inning, 14 pitches, including a strikeout. You love to see that from those guys just coming in crunch situations here. Well, 9-3 at that point, but you still want to see them go out there and perform, especially if you're talking about your lefties. Matt Strahm obviously has to turn it on without Jose Alvarado. He has to be more trustworthy. He's gotten into some jams, but he's gotten out of them. You'd like to have, not have heart palpitations when it comes to Matt Strahm coming into a game. For the most part, he has been pretty good this season. still an ERA slightly above, in the twos, but slightly above where Jose Alvarado was. Tanner Banks has to be your other reliable lefty out of the bullpen. If you get any other righties like Carlos Hernandez or Joe Ross throwing well for you, then by golly, you're going to have yourself some good times, despite not having Jose Alvarado for the rest of the season. So I did not expect to be this excited after a Phillies win over the Rockies of all teams, but here we are, folks. You got a first place team. You had a 9-run night. Your pitcher gave you a quality start, and then your bullpen was darn near perfect had it not been for a one base knock. That's it. So good for the Phillies getting this win and getting into first place. Better to be in first place than not, right? I'll certainly take this from the Phils. When we come back, we're going to take a look at your comments on this Phillies victory. We'll also give you our official player of the game, our turning point, and we'll also give you what I think you'll be breaking down and talking about tomorrow. That's when we return on Locked On Phillies postcast on the Locked On Phillies YouTube channel. I just want you to know, I would not waste your time with talking about average pistachios. I wouldn't waste your time talking about just they're decent pistachios. I would only enlighten you with wonderful pistachios. And that's what we're talking about. Wonderful pistachios. How great are they? Check out wonderfulpistachios.com to learn more. But if you're looking for a snack that's both delicious and nutritious, crack into a good source of protein with Wonderful Pistachios. Wonderful Pistachios is one of the highest protein nuts. Each 1 ounce serving has 6 grams of protein, giving you over 10% of your daily value. Plus, they're packed with fiber and better for you unsaturated fats to help keep you feeling fuller longer. Personally, I love the no shell variety. You get right down to it. You know what I'm saying? Perfect grab and go snack when you have those busy days. Also, like little green wonders of pistachios. That's what these wonderful pistachios are. They also have the no shell, as I mentioned. Satisfying crack of opening the ones that do have shells. If you're into that sort of thing, whether you're running late for meetings, whether you're dropping the kids off, Wonderful Pistachios are the snack that works as hard as you do. Get snacking and get cracking with the snack that packs a protein punch. Visit wonderfulpistachios.com to learn more. That's wonderfulpistachios.com. FanDuel. You guys taking advantage of all FanDuel has to offer? Well, you should. NBA playoffs right now, looking at the conference championships. Oh, man, get in on that action with FanDuel as they make it so much easier to get in on every single game before tip-off or live during the action, whether it's baseball, basketball, hockey, whatever it might be. FanDuel's got you covered. Futures in football, whatever the case might be. You can have yourself a great time with FanDuel. Which players are going to show up in the biggest moments? FanDuel has you covered. And how about this? If you're new to FanDuel, new customers can get $200 in bonus bets if your first $5 bet hits. How about that? New to FanDuel, perfect time to sign up. Head to FanDuel.com and place your first $5 bet, and if it wins, you'll get $200 in bonus bets at FanDuel. Make every moment more with FanDuel, official sports betting partner of the NBA. Let's jump into it with your player of the game.
This is the Locked On Player of the Game.
So tough with so many guys performing at a high level. You have Cristopher Sanchez, who's eligible here to quality start. Alec Bohm essentially got to the game-winning 2-run home run there in the 7th or 8th inning that really got things going for the Phillies offense. Kyle Schwarber, 300th career home run. Edmundo Sosa, 4-hit night with a home run to add on to the glory that was that 9th inning for the Phils with a 2-run homer that took it from a 7-3 game to a 9-3 game. I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to wuss out on this. I'm not only going to be on the fence, I'm going to be on multiple fences. I'm going to go ahead and give a hat tip to the bullpen. I'm going to give a hat tip to Kyle Schwarber. Certainly a hat tip to Alec Bohm, who got the game-winning home run. And I'm also going to go Edmundo Sosa with a 4-hit night. That's where I'm going. That's where I'm going. And if I'm not mistaken, I meant to double check this. If I am not mistaken, which often in my life I'm mistaken, I will say that ninth inning home run that Edmundo Sosa hit, that did come off a righty. If I'm not losing my marbles. I don't believe that came off it did come off a lefty. Never mind. Darn it. I was mistaken. Of course, Scott Alexander. It did come off that. All right. Miss Scuzzi, reverse. Okay. So yeah, I'm going to go with those guys as the players of the game. As far as the turning point.
Time to reveal where the game was won or lost. It's the turning point.
Alec Bohm's home. Actually, I mean, you can really go to a couple of different instances here, but the one that really jumps out to me is obviously Alec Bohm's home run that puts you in front. That was a big play. But Nick Castellanos kind of got that going with the second hit of the ball game for him when he shattered his bat on his single to center field. That got the base runner on for Alec Bohm, who then delivered with the homer. So that to me is clearly the turning point. Despite many attempts for the Phillies, especially through Bryce Harper, trying to get things turned around a little bit earlier in the ball game. The defining moment, as far as I'm concerned, is the Bohm Shakalaka 2-run home run in the 8th inning. As far as what you'll be talking about tomorrow,
this is what you'll be talking about.
Did you see the comeback from the Phillies? Their 14th come from behind win of the season? Oh, good, because it was against the Rockies. They should have come back. That's what you'll probably talk about in that exact order. And then you'll probably be talking about the fact that Alec Bohm is heating up. And then you'll be talking about, did you see Kyle Schwarber's 466-foot home run? No, you missed out. Go to the internet immediately and go find that hit because it was spectacular. Let's get into the chat check and see how you wonderful people are doing to this fine Monday night. Late start time out there in Colorado. Noah Cook, hello. Great game starting in the 8th inning. Bad call starting in the 1st inning. Ron Culpa was behind the plate tonight. I would describe his strike zone as fluid. Malleable. That's how I would describe it. It wasn't good. Bohm bomb, Schwarber bomb, all the bomb. There you go, Morgan Landy. Thank you. Jess Patrick 2, hello. At 29-18, the Phillies are now ahead of the 1971 Orioles, who won 105-57, winning the AL pennant. Interesting. Philly 8, Kyle Schwarber hates baseballs. I had my angry Stott versus Trey leadoff stat before the 8th inning, but how can I be angry after the madness? Mets drown in Boston, and the boys scaled the Rockies. First place, baby. Kyle Schwarber does hate baseballs. It's a known fact. You know what I mean? He hates them. Does not. He sees a baseball. He's like, I'm going to punish that baseball. That baseball shouldn't be in this park. Bandman 100. What's going on? This game was looking like a complete dud. I was waiting for it. I honestly was waiting for it. I remain optimistic throughout this game. Ken, gotta love Schwarber. 466-foot Schwarbomb. Absolutely. Greg Benson, happy for Alec. Absolutely. Evelyn. Hello, Evelyn. Thought it was going to be another travel day loss for a while. Congrats, Phillies. Congrats, Schwarber. And to top it off, Mets lose. Bang, bang, boom. By the way, Evelyn, I know you were concerned. I will not be taking off anytime this coming weekend for the weekend series against the A's. I'll be right here with you after 10:05 start times. Might have some luggage under the eyes. But other than that, it'll be fantastic. Bay 100, honestly hard to pick a player of the game. All right. I know, right? I know. Joel Evers, hello. Never in doubt. I was stressing until the 8th inning. Similar thought. Megan and Alex. Hello, Megan and Alex. It was looking a bit rocky there for a while. When the fighting showed up, congrats to Schwarber. There you go. That's nice. Bam 100, 300 off the third deck. That's pretty amazing. Michael Miller, start Sosa. As much as you can get him in there. I'm getting him in there. Wait, hold on. Yes, to Evelyn's point, maybe the jet lag was defeated this time because Topper requested an early check-in via Expedia app. Maybe. Tommy Shrove, what's up, bud? Is it me or does Harper seemed to have slowed his bat swing down in order to play small ball instead of hard bombs. It seems to be working. I have noticed a lot of soft contact from Bryce Harper. The RBI single in the 5th inning tonight that got the Phillies on the board, that was the 3rd straight sweeper to Harper. And the 3rd one, obviously, that he got for the base knock, he just dropped the barrel well below the zone and popped it out there to, I shouldn't say popped it out, flared it out there to left field for the RBI single. Then later in the game, he had the sac fly to center field. The men's soft contact. It wasn't very deep. Marsh was able to score. Marsh should score on that play, and he did. Bohm for the turning point of the game says Caitlin Labor. How you doing, Caitlin? Labor, maybe. But yeah, I'm with you. I'm totally with you. Michael agrees with you. Tied for best record in the National League. Even better, Faxi. Thank you. I ain't gonna lie. Thought we were gonna lose this one, says Mikey B. Oh, keep the faith. Keep the optimism. Spurger King, Bohm has been amazing. He'd be a great trade for some pitching depth. I'm not trade. What? So Sosa plays 3rd? I don't see that happening. Bam 100. Doyle didn't jump high enough on Bohm's 2-run homer. You're right, he didn't. That is true. That's a true statement. Oh, Ari Stein, sweet dreams, Birds fans. How about that? Spurger King, don't mess with guys named Sosa. Just ask NL Central pitchers Tony Montana striking it. Cockroach. Cockroach. Farzi, would you take an Alvarado supplement if it got you to bench 2 plates? I'm all natural, okay? I am fueled with espresso, bucatini, and pierogi on my mother's side. There you go. That's what fuels me, man. No, Spurger King, it's not soul crushing. If you haven't noticed, I have a lot of fun doing it. Roger dorned that ball in this second, though. He did. There was a bit of an Ole Dorn. That was not good. That's the play I was referencing earlier. Some bad breaks for Edmundo or for Cristopher Sanchez. The home run he gave up to Tovar was a 1-0 slider. He hung it, missed his spot, and he tattooed it. So that was that. 1-0 Colorado in the 1st inning. The 3rd run of the game, Doyle. Oh, I'm missing one here. No, the Tovar RBI single. Okay, so that was in the 3rd inning. So Beck hit it was a hard hit grounder, a bouncer, if you will, to Edmundo Sosa's left at second base. He got his glove on it, and it bounced. It looked like it bounced off the heel of his mitt and into very shallow right center field. Sosa then lollygagged it after the baseball. Nick Castellanos, who, let's go for, I believe, 20 straight shows where I referenced Nick Castellanos not being fleet of foot. He's coming in to try to make a play on the ball. Beck reads it perfectly and gets a double out of it. It was not an error. It was a double. It was scored a double for Beck. So Beck's now standing on second base. He then comes around to score on the Tovar single to right field, I believe it was. 2-0 Colorado. Bad beat there for Cristopher Sanchez. So then there's another bad break in the 6th inning with Sanchez still in the game, where Doyle ends up hitting an RBI ground rule double to left center field that Weston Wilson looks like he just mistimed it. He looks like he was there to make the play. He mistimed it a little bit. I think it glanced off his mitt. That allowed another run to score. So all of a sudden you're down 3-1 in the 6th inning. But little did we know, magic would be happening. They play one more run in the 7th inning on the RBI sac fly, following the leadoff base hit by Brandon Marsh, pinch hitting for Yohan Rojas in the 7th. Harper brings him home on the sac fly RBI, and then the rest is history in the 8th and the 9th innings. Spurger King, you're welcome. Yay, we need Farsi therapy sessions. Thank you, Evelyn. I'm here for you. Wait, I don't even know what you're talking about, Vaxie, but I like it. Thanks, everybody in the chat. You guys are great, as per usual. I feel fantastic after this win. Yes, I'll put it to you like this. I honestly, for enjoyment's sake, I'd rather have a win like this against a team like the Rockies then they score 7 runs in the first 2 innings. This kept me on my edge. It kept me on the edge of my seat a little bit. It definitely made me focus. For those of you that know me well, I have Family Guy brain. I'm all over the place. I don't know if you can tell. But that's what I like to call it, Family Guy brain. So a game like this really keeps you on the edge of your seat, and it makes you not take anything for granted. So seeing the Phillies be able to explode the way they were later in the game, especially going against the bullpen, which, by the way, I did say going into this series on my own daily podcast, I said, if you're shopping for bullpen talent, you're going to look at the bottom, teams in the MLB and just see who they'd be likely to get rid of. And of the lefties, like, forget about it. Nobody's moving a lefty now, obviously. But you look at the Rockies, and you're like, oh, yeah, they got nothing. So just get to that bullpen. Oh, they got to the bullpen. And then they got to that bullpen. You know what I mean? So love this win for the Phillies. Love that they're in first place. How could you not, people? Enjoy every second of it. All right, we'll be back with this tomorrow again. Phillies, again, are going to start over again at 8:40 start time again tomorrow night for the Phillies and the Rockies. That pitching matchup will be Jesus Luzardo for the Phillies, Antonio Senzatela. He goes Tila? I think it goes Tila for the Colorado Rockies. He is 1-7 on the season with a 6.39 ERA. Jesus Luzardo 4-0 with an ERA of a flat 2. Back with you guys tomorrow. Really looking forward to it. Appreciate you guys. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Make sure you guys like and subscribe to All Things Locked On Phillies YouTube channel. Connor Thomas has you covered each and every day for your Locked On Phillies daily podcast. I got you covered for your Locked On Phillies postcast. See you guys tomorrow night.